Bai Yao looked at him for a moment, nodded slightly, but still with a smile on her face. Then let's go in together. Zhang Xiaofan was surprised, hesitated for a moment. No, it's not good. This is your demon cult's place. You should ... Bai Yao snorted. Then, if there's an exit inside, are you saying you wouldn't go in? Zhang Xiaofan was stunned for a moment, scratched his head. Well, that's true. Then, let's go. Bai Yao smiled, nodded, and once again stepped into the water, passing through the water curtain and entering the cave. Zhang Xiaofan hesitated for a moment, but eventually followed. It was a deep and secluded tunnel. The things glowing on the walls of the tunnel were obviously fewer than those outside. Although the road could still be seen barely, it was very dim. Zhang Xiaofan and Bai Yao proceeded very carefully. After all, this was the first time anyone had come here in 800 years. Nobody knew whether those old monsters from the blood-refining sect would leave behind some particularly powerful restrictions. Along the way, nothing unexpected happened. However, the passage was quite winding, deep, and long, gradually sloping upwards. Zhang Xiaofan estimated that he and Bai Yao had probably reached the center of the mountain by now. Just as he was pondering, Bai Yao, who was walking in front, suddenly stopped and whispered, "We're here." Zhang Xiaofan's heart jumped, looking ahead, only to see a faint light shining at the end of the tunnel, where a large stone chamber could be vaguely seen. The two exchanged a glance, and Bai Yao took the lead, walking towards it. As they got closer, they could see the situation inside the stone chamber clearly. The entire chamber was circular in shape, with the tunnel running through the middle. On the other side, there was even another passage extending inward, indicating that this was not the only end. On the left side of the chamber were two huge stone statues. One had a kind and benevolent face, smiling and standing there, dressed in robes carved to look as if they were fluttering in the wind, some who were resembling the Bodhisattva in Buddhist temples. The other statue, however, was completely different in appearance, ferocious and menacing, with a black face, devil horns, -1 hands, and for heads, there was even a trace of blood flowing from its mouth, sending chills down one's spine. In front of these two statues, there was a stone table with an incense burner on top, and several packs of incense candles beside it, all covered in dust, indicating that there hadn't been any offerings for 800 years. As for the other end of the chamber, there were only a few cushions casually thrown on the ground, without anything else. Zhang Xiaofan observed all this with surprise, but he saw Bai Yao's solemn expression. She walked up, picked up one of the cushions, shook off the dust, and placed it in front of the statue table. Then, she took the candles from the table, ignited them with the firestone in her pocket, and inserted them into the incense burner. After that, she walked back to the cushion, knelt down with a serious expression. In the chamber, wisps of smoke rose slowly as she prostrated herself on the ground. Zhang Xiaofan stood behind her, listening to her voice echoing in the chamber. Yin and Yang Saintess, Heavenly Executioner, disciple of the 43rd generation of the Holy Sect, Bai Yao, pays her sincere respects. The Holy Sect has suffered calamities and declined for a long time. Countless disciples have devoted themselves to reviving the Holy Sect, one after another. May the Yin and Yang Saintess and the Heavenly Executioner have mercy on the world, grant me blessings, revive the Holy Sect, enlighten all beings, and descend together to the eternal blissful realm of immortality. Zhang Xiaofan pondered for a moment and understood. These two statues were probably the evil gods worshipped by the people of the demon cult. He couldn't help but sneer, turn his head, and didn't look at them again.